are watching CIOTV by Enterprise IT World, a production of Accent Info Media.
Hello and welcome to CIOTV.live and Enterprise IT World Maya. This is GISEC Day 1 and we have been meeting people and taking their opinion in terms of the start of GISEC, the footprint here and their focus in this region for 2025. Now I have Ezzeldin Hussein, his regional sales director, solution engineering for Meta region at SentinelOne. I do not need to introduce SentinelOne to all of you. It's growing, dominating, I can say, cybersecurity brand. Ezzeldin, thank you very much for taking time out and coming to our booth for this piece of interview.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here with you every year, every event.
All right, Ezzeldin. Today is the beginning of GISEC, the day 1. How do you see this just opening up?
So again, it's always a pleasure to be in GISEC. It's a platform where we meet our customer, partner, thought leadership, and we discuss the future of cybersecurity, the current threat landscape, how can we collaborate and mitigate all of this. So we are seeing it warming up. It started, I've been here since 7 o'clock, and starting 9:30 to 10, people start moving around and visiting, and we start interacting with our customer and partner to talk about what's new, how can we help organization in the Middle East, specifically in our region, to defend against all those new attacks emerging every day.
SentinelOne as a leading organization, how do you see this cyber threats changing the way it used to be pre, I can say, the election, recession, the geopolitical situation? What's your reading of this market?
So if we look to what's happening in our region and how can we help, really, it's a very important question, because traditionally it used to be an endpoint. It used to be a laptop, it used to be PCs, and antivirus was enough to protect and secure this. But now with digital transformations, the service attack have been evolved. It became laptop, it became mobile device, it became cloud, it became data, it became identity. And really, this is very a nightmare to a security team. How can to secure and manage all of these different service of attack? So what we did in SentinelOne, we started by having an AI engine to be the next generation of antivirus solution, where we can really detect and protect using an AI model like machine learning, supervised, unsupervised, those kind of model, which we used to do 10 years ago, and we're still using it when we need to protect our endpoint, your organization endpoint. Then 2-3 years ago, we announced the generative AI. The generative AI became very popular. Everyone wants to use it, and we came with a solution where the security team can interact and deal with that platform with the natural language. No more technical query. They go like a ChatGPT, ask a very simple English or in any language they prefer, and they get the result. And the tool definitely keep recommending and guiding them at go. But this year, agentic AI became the buzzword, and again we announced in RSA our addition framework of agentic AI, the first in cybersecurity, where we can take even AI in cybersecurity to the next generation. This is our commitment to our customer, to organization, to be able to detect and be ahead of the attacker and protect their environment in a better way.
Is then these days the CISOs or CIOs are not more concerned about directly the cyber security, but they are concerned about resilience, cyber resilience. So recently you have unveiled some of very cutting edge products like AI SIM. Again, the Purple AI last year also, I think you will launched. This time, singularity hyper automation. So, how is it gelling well with the strategy of these CISOs in terms of their resilience strategy?
This is a very good question, because for CISO, Their concern is resilience, cost, and operational excellency. Those may be concerns the security operational team or CFOs, but CISO really want to make sure they provide the right SLA to the business, and they want to make sure the environment is protected, because any breach or any incident, it really could cause a reputational damage, downtime, revenue loss to any organization. So what we are doing and what we did in SentinelOne, we give one platform. It can protect any kind of services the organization could have with one simple agent installed on those endpoints. So they don't need to have multiple agents installed on the same endpoint, consuming a lot of resources, leaving a very low amount of resources to the business application, which really used to impact the business operational before. How can they stand against any attack and recover in a faster way? This is what we are doing with our platform. First, we protect, make sure nothing can really reach and breach the environment. But even if it happened, we give the second level of defense, where we move and protect the lateral movement of those attackers within the environment. We, in machine speed, highlight this as a risk or as a concern, malicious or a suspicious activity happening to the security team, and we guide for taking an action. So our tool now has a capability where it can think like a security analyst, experienced security analyst, to do iterative thinking, collect and analyze and correlate a lot of data, and do deductive reasoning to reach to the true positive who could may jeopardize the resilience of the organization, and take an action immediately.
I think AI is influencing everything these days in cybersecurity domain, including the SecOps. So, can you take us further into how AI into SecOps and helping this the organization in creating different applications or strategies for their organizations?
Again, this is a very good question, because cybersecurity in development process used to be overlooked. So development team used to go and do the coding, you make the application ready, test it, run it, all is good. So they give it to the deployment team to deploy it, and that's it. No one really, during the development process, pay too much attention on do we have a vulnerability or expected vulnerability when we launch or we publish this software? Do we have any exploits paths within those applications? Do we have any secrets embedded or hard-coded the password, any kind of those activities? So now what we are doing is we give those capability, what the industry now call it in DevSecOps. So we embed security part of the development process, so the team can have the tool where it can detect any kind of this vulnerability early enough in the development process, so it can be remediated before it has been published and used by an end user.
Now, platformization is happening to a greater extent as far as the vendors are concerned. Even the customers are adopting those platformization. I think SentinelOne is also offering in that terms. How do you see the future? How do you see the benefits of platformization for the organization than having all the solutions in aisles?
And again, this is another important point. I always, when I meet CISO, ask them how many security vendor you are dealing with. I'm hearing answers from 50 to 120. So 50 to 120 cybersecurity vendor dealing with the same customer or the same organization is a norm now, because of it's silos tools, silos teams. They need to manage the cybersecurity within any organization. The trending buzzword now for all CISO is not hyper automation, is not AI, it's consolidation. How can I consolidate and minimize the amount of tool my team is using to the minimum one? Optimal, hopefully it will be one platform providing all of this, but this is, as we speak, no single vendor can provide one platform cover all cybersecurity aspects, from endpoint protection, firewall, DLP, etc. So what we did in SentinelOne, we are expanding our platform to cover as much as we can all of those cybersecurity features and capability any organization needs. So same agent can provide the protection from endpoint perspective, cloud workload, identity, vulnerability management, and data security. So all those capability is provided from the same platform using same agent on the same on the endpoint managed from one console.
So another challenge that I want to discuss with you is that the day by day privacy and compliance are becoming more stringent. Organizations are seeing from the government side a lot of compliance is coming in every department of our not only department in sectors also. So how do you see, how do you deal with those situations? So how do you offer the solutions to them?
So compliance always a big topic, especially for now. Cybersecurity has need to be implemented everywhere. Not like before, it's like an add-on or a feature someone looking at it. It's a mandate, and if it is not mandated by the business, it's a mandate by regulatory according to the business. So banks, they have their own PCI, for example. Healthcare, they have the HIPAA regulations. So what the customer need to do always is to make sure the tools they are using, the platforms they are using today, can help and support this kind of regulation. So PCI will say they need to make sure password is complex. You need to make sure your user have a two-factor of authentication. So we make sure in those capability is easy to extract this kind of reporting and this kind of dashboard, easy to extract and show it when the organization need to submit for a compliance against any regulations they might apply for. And this is we provide in our platform.
Well, is then last question I'll be asking about this expo, GISEC 2025. How is it different for you from the organizational point of view? What are you showcasing this time, which is different or maybe additional to your solution that you are?
So it's very interesting because I always, before I come, make sure we have something new to present and talk about to our customer. And our R&D always give us a lot of capability and new features which we can talk and show to our customers. So last year during GISEC, we introduced what we call Mortal versus Machine. This is a gaming competition we are doing in our stand, where one of our experts from SentinelOne with all his knowledge is using the traditional tool of defending the platform or the organization. And we invite anyone from the audience who will be backed by our AI tool, generative AI tool, what we call it Purple AI. And every time it ends up by the one we invite from the audience with very low or maybe no knowledge of cybersecurity win. And this is show how really AI can augment and can support any unskilled or level 1 security analyst to really be acting as an expert security analyst. And this year what we added part of this gaming competition and what we added as part of the platform, agentic AI. So we enhanced the model we are using for AI in our system to think like an experienced SOC analyst. So it's no longer just monitoring the data and give us like an indicator for true positive or false positive. It takes into consideration what an experienced analyst will do. The experienced analyst will not just go and look for a dashboard and get some indicator and take an action based on it. He will collect data. He will try to investigate more. He will try to correlate this data with different sources, ask a question like what happened before and after. And then he starts taking, as more the case evolves, he starts reiterating and collecting data more and more to conclude to the right decision. We added this capability in the platform today. So our AI tool can do iterative thinking and take multiple passes into the investigation, and the more we collect data, the more it really enhances the accuracy of the alert we are getting. And this is one of the capability and feature we are showing today in our tool.
All right, Ezzeldin, thank you very much for coming into our booth and giving this piece of wisdom as far as what should be the strategy in the market in this turbulent world.
Thank you. Thank you. Always happy to be here with Enterprise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.